love to read with you all. I'm thinking about if there are any suggestions, but I'm like thinking I might start with perhaps Saturday or everybody with the red brick building, one or the other. Maybe Saturday. It sounds like Saturday is a special day that they share together. And does anyone else in this room maybe do fun things on Saturday, or maybe did something fun last Saturday that they'd like to share? Any hands?
Well,
no? Or something that you usually do on Saturday? What are the things that we usually do on Saturdays? I like to sleep in on Saturdays. Is that?
I usually do different things.
Yeah. Anyone else? No? Well,
I drink my coffee in my PJs.
Yeah. It is PJs for most of the day for me on Saturdays. So let's see what Ava and her mom are up to for this particular Saturday. Now, I usually like to have some interaction when I read this particular book. I think we might be able to do a little bit of it. So whenever I point to you, I want to see if I can get a big, loud Saturday, because Saturdays are pretty awesome, as we've mentioned. PJs, sleeping in, how do you not love that? So I wonder if we'll practice that. So if I point, I wonder if I can do a big, loud, excited Saturday.
Saturday! Saturday! Saturday!
Okay, now I believe you. And the second thing I will want to do is there's a lot of zooms in this book. And I'm hoping whenever I say zoom, I can get some sound effects, maybe the patting of your thighs or maybe the stomping of some feet. Because when you're zooming, you're moving very quickly. So let's see if we can do that. Zoom! 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 All right, I believe you on that one too. So with that, I think we'll begin. And I always like to begin, I like to take off the book jacket, as we love to call it, because it makes it easier to read it when I have the book jacket off. But what's nice about this book is underneath, there's another image. And we have a little scrapbook, it looks, as a testament to Saturday. And so let us begin. When I open up this book, we see a calendar. And on this calendar, we have Sunday, we have Monday, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and of course, Saturday. And it looks like there's some exciting things planned for this particular Saturday, so we'll have to see what our girl Ava is up to. And the first page says, Saturday!
Saturday!
By me. This morning, Ava and her mother were all smiles. You can't see my mouth, but I'm smiling. It was
Saturday.
Because Ava's mother worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday was the day they cherished. And we can see Ava and her mother. And if you're wondering what they're eating, they are eating pancakes. Because what do I also eat on Saturday? Pancakes. Saturday is pancake day in my household.
I like waffles.
We can all get behind that. And people are like, why pancakes? I really like pancakes. On
Saturday.
They zipped to the library for weekly story time. On
Saturday.
They lounged in salon chairs and got new hairdos. On
Saturday.
They picnicked in the grass for a peaceful afternoon at the park. And on this Saturday, they would also ride the bus across town for a one-night-only puppet show. Is anyone familiar with Flamingo, the puppet show? No takers?
Flamingo, the puppet show.
It's well reviewed. I recommend it. Yeah. How do you not get behind that? The day would be special. The day would be splendid. The day was
Saturday.
Ava and her mother could hardly wait. So, zoom, off they went. But when they reached the library, story time was canceled. Oh no! Ava cried. It's canceled, wailed Ava's mother. And so what did they do? And we can do this all together. They paused, they closed their eyes, and they let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Ava, her mom reassured her. Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today is Saturday. So, zoom! Off they went. But as they left the salon, oh, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Oh my.
their hairdos were ruined. Oh no! Ava sobbed. Our do's! Boo-hooed Ava's mother. And people were like, what's your favorite page in this book? Okay, this is my favorite page in this book. And people are like, why is this page your favorite book page? Well, I can tell you. Are Ava and her mom having a good time? No. But look at this dog. Is the dog having a good time? Yes. I just love that, like, this is devastation. This is tragedy right here. And this dog is like, what are you talking? I'm having a fabulous Saturday. This is a sunny, wonderful day.
Stop screaming.
And so what did they do? They paused, they closed their eyes, and they let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Ava, her mother reassured her. Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today is Saturday. So, zoom! Off they went. But their peaceful afternoon at the park was loud. Oh no! Ava groaned. What did you say? It's too noisy, yelled Ava's mother. And where are they? Where are Ava and her mom on this page? Oh, there they are at the park.
It is so crowded, I can't.
Yes, it's very noisy. And so what did Ava and her mom do? They pause. Oh, actually, before we go on, do we remember our dog that we saw earlier that was having a great time?
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for him, he's also on our park page. And it looks like he has lost his leash. And so he is continuing to have a fabulous Saturday.
Can I see him, please?
Yep, there he is.
Now, where could his owner be?
She's right behind there, leash and everything. I don't think she's having a good Saturday.
I think she is.
I love the positivity.
Oh,
So what did they do? They paused, they closed their eyes, and they let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Ava, her mother reassured her. Today will be special. Today will be splendid. Today will be ruined if we miss that bus. So zoom to the extra special, one night only puppet show they went.
they forgot their tickets.
We made it! Ava exclaimed as they arrived at the theater. Thank goodness! Ava's mother sighed in relief. Hooray for
Saturday.
They cheered.
They forgot the tickets.
Tickets! Tickets! Chirped the lady at the door. And so Ava's mother reached inside her purse. But the tickets, they weren't there. Oh no! Ava's mother gasped. I left our tickets on the table. Now, did she?
Yeah.
Did she leave the tickets on the table?
Yes.
I think we should investigate this.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to put our Sherlock Holmes hats on for a little moment right here.
do the service.
So let's see. Did she leave those tickets? What color are these tickets, everyone?
Pink.
Pink. So
Flamingo
we're looking
pink.
for pink tickets. Pink tickets. That's what we're looking for. And I think we saw them with the pancakes. Are these pink tickets? Are those pink tickets? Correct. There are indeed pink tickets if anyone would like to see. Now let's see. When they're leaving, did they remember to pick up those pink tickets? Unfortunately, no. They were there the entire time. What is wrong with us? Why didn't we tell them?
Are you serious? They're characters in a book.
This is all news to me. So it looks like they really did. As Ava watched, her mother crumpled. I've had it, she sighed. Story time was canceled, our hair was ruined, the park was loud, and now we're missing the puppet show. I'm sorry, Ava. We've looked forward to this all week, and I've messed up everything. I ruined Saturday. So what will Ava do?
Look at her.
Ava was quiet for a moment. Then she closed her eyes and she let out a deep breath. Don't worry, Mommy, Ava reassured her. Today was special. Today was splendid. Saturdays are wonderful because I spend them with you. So slowly, hand in hand, off they went. When they reached their apartment door, Ava turned to her mother. She had an idea. What if we, we could. Her mother began. So they did. And what are they doing?
Playing with puppets they made.
Yes, so it looks like they've made their own puppet show. I would say that's what they did.
I have something to tell you that could be a little related.
Do you want to tell me later after I finish the story?
Sure thing.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, I have.
What a beautiful day. And of course, this is dedicated to my mom and to all the spectacular adventures we've shared. It's called Thank You, OMU. And so I'm hoping I can also get some help reading this book. And it's nice and simple. I'm hoping when I point to you, I can get a big, loud Thank You, OMU.
Thank you, OMU.
Thank you, OMU.
Thank you, OMU. Thank you, OMU. Thank you, OMU.
Okay, I got it. And the next thing I'm hoping is there are also quite a few knocks in this particular book. And so I'm hoping whenever I make a knocking motion like I am knocking on a door, you all can help me with a big, loud knock.
Knock.
Or with the actual knocks, saying knock.
Knock, knock, knock.
There we go. There we go. We got it together. We got it together. I believe in us. And so when I'm going to also take the jacket off for this particular book, because it always makes it easier to read. And it
You
looks
said
like
that again.
there's also something underneath here, and it also says, Thank you, OMU. And so when we open this book, there's first a note to the reader. OMU, pronounced AMU, is the Igbo term for queen. And Igbo is a language spoken in Nigeria, which is a country from Africa, and that is also where my family is from.
Thank you, Queen.
Yes, that's a way to translate it. And so it's called Thank You, OMU, again by me.
Thank you, Queen.
On the corner of First Street and Long Street, on the very top floor, OMU was cooking a big fat pot of thick red stew for a nice evening meal. She seasoned and she stirred it and she took a small taste. What a delicious stew, OMU said. Tonight's dinner will surely be the best I have ever had. With that, OMU put down her spoon and went to read a book before supper. As the thick red stew simmered on the stove, its scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, towards the street, and around the block until someone was at the door. When OMU opened it, she saw a little boy. Little boy, OMU exclaimed. What brings you to my home? I was playing with my race car down the hall when I smelled the most delicious smell, the little boy replied. What is it? Thick, red stew. Stew, he sighed. That sure sounds yummy. OMU thought for a moment. She was saving her stew for dinner, but she had made quite a bit. It wouldn't hurt to share. Would you like some? The little boy nodded. And so OMU spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal. Thank you, OMU.
Thank you, Amu.
There you go. The little boy said, and went on his way. With that, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. As she read, her thick red stew scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, towards the street, and around the block until...
Knock, knock.
Someone was at the door. She's got a lot of neighbors, huh? When Amu opened the door this time, she saw a police officer. Miss Police Officer, Amu exclaimed. What brings you to my home? I was on duty down the street when I smelled the most delicious smell, Miss Police Officer replied. What is it? Thick red stew. Ah, stew, she said, and her mouth watered. That sure sounds mighty tasty. Amu thought for a moment. There was still enough to share. Would you like some? The police officer nodded. Once again, Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal.
Thank you, Amu.
The officer said, and went on her way. And so, for the second time, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. But sure enough, as she read, her thick red stew scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, towards the street, and around the block until...
Knock, knock, knock.
Again! Someone was at Amu's door. She needs to get a doorbell. This time when she opened it, she saw...
A construction worker?
A hot dog vendor.
I kind of forget when I don't read
Mr.
books.
Hot Dog Vendor, Amu exclaimed. What brings you to my home? I'm like, don't you have hot dogs to sell? What are you doing here? I was selling my hot dogs down the block when I smelled the most delicious smell, Mr. Hot Dog Vendor replied. What is it? Thick red stew.
Oh my god.
Ooh, stew. The vendor licked his lips. That sounds quite delectable. So Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal.
Thank you, Amu.
There we go, the hot dog vendor said, and went on his way. Throughout the day, people from all across the neighborhood knocked on Amu's door. She fed a shop owner, a cab driver, a doctor, an actor, a lawyer, a dancer, a baker, an artist, a singer, an athlete, a bus driver, a construction worker. Even the mayor stopped by. And each time they knocked, Amu shared. Soon the sky darkened and the streetlights brightened, and it was finally time for dinner. But when Amu opened her big fat pot of thick red stew for her nice evening meal, it was empty. Not even a little bit of red anywhere. They cleaned her out.
Everyone ate it.
Yes. Amu sniffled. There goes the best dinner I ever had. Sorry and blue, she sat at her table with her empty pot until...
Knock, 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 knock.
This is Simon Says, everyone.
Knock.
Knock.
Who could that be? I'm wondering too, Amu. That was a very strange knock. When she opened her door, she saw
Everyone.
the little boy, the police officer, the hot dog vendor, the shop owner, the cab driver, the doctor, the actor, the lawyer, the dancer, the baker. Why, everyone she fed today was at her door. I'm sorry, everyone, Amu sighed. My thick red stew is all gone. I have nothing left to share. The little boy tugged at Amu's sleeve. Don't worry, Amu. We're not here to ask. We are here to give. The police officer carried in
delicious.
a fresh salad. The mayor entered with a roast chicken. The baker brought a collection of sweet goodies. Even the little boy presented Amu with something special in a shiny red envelope.
That looks so delicious.
Everyone that had knocked on Amu's door that day squeezed inside her tiny apartment, and together they ate, danced, and celebrated. While Amu's big fat pot of thick red stew was empty, her heart was full of happiness and love. And that was the best dinner she had ever had. The thing that I love about collage is I love the kind of relationship it has with quilt making. And I love that it really encourages you to use a lot of different mediums all in one space. I have a lot of friends who are collage artists, and I love how varied our work looks beside each other. I love that there aren't any rules, that everybody collages differently. So I feel that like collage just has this real accessibility to it, where there's like a space for collage, like there's a space in collage for everyone. So I think those are the things I really love about collage.
And
I would say I usually start with the words. And so I usually like to write my stories and like kind of figure that out. And then I start to begin to first think about what colors am I feeling for this particular story? What papers do I want this story to kind of tie into? And I think I do that because I feel like even though I really love writing, I definitely have a lot more confidence as an artist than I do as a writer. And so I feel like I feel more comfortable like trying to get my writing down and where I feel it needs to be. And then by the time the writing is done, I can be like, oh, okay, now I'm in the zone. It's got to do the illustrations now. Illustration's still hard, but I feel more confident to take on the challenges of illustration sometimes than the challenges of writing. But the only way to feel more confident is to write more. And so that's what I tried to do.
Good.
More experienced drawing than writing, for sure.